Here at King's School we have media and photography as two very separate Key Stage 4 choices and option subjects. We're very fortunate in both subjects to have a whole wide variety of equipment that we've accumulated over the years. As you can see around me, we have our own film and photography studio with our green screen that we can roll down behind us and softbox setup and lighting setup for photography. We also have 3 computer rooms. In the photography room we have another pop-up backdrop shooting area for our pupils, and within both subjects pupils will be able to take a whole variety of photography around the school site, shoot music videos for themselves, and in media especially we use Photoshop to create DVD covers, film posters, magazines, and a whole wide variety of things that pupils may well do in the working world. That also translates into photography. We do a lot of digital media, so pupils learn those soft skills throughout their 2 years with us and come out happy and successful human beings.
Now, photography, we used to be with AQA. We switched to Educast last year so that both of our departments are in line, and we use Educast for both. Now, in terms of what photography is, it's essentially an art and design course. So as a result of this, pupils are expected to produce a drawn element into their work, but 99% of their work will be through Photoshop and camera based. We create images in school using digital or photographic methods. We cover the whole aspect of photography. We look at portraiture. We show pupils how to do location photography in school and then hope that they take more outside of school. We have our studio that I talked about during the media studies presentation, and we also have 2 professional pop-up studios with spotlights and flash strobe lights in both rooms as well, so pupils have lots of areas that they can take photography in. We run Photoshop. We also have iPads with apps like Procreate and Teosui Sketches, so we have a variety of ways that pupils can experiment with their imagery. We also have lots of physical methods that pupils can use, so we have needles, threads, fabrics, lots of different types of paper, so if they would like to physically manipulate their photography, they're able to as well. We do a little bit on photojournalism and documentary style photography, and fashion photography in our studio as well we look at. Now, in terms of the photography course, we split it between the intro unit, which runs from September till December, where we teach pupils about how to use the camera, all the different technical aspects of the camera, and they produce an introductory portfolio based on all these aspects showing their responses. So you'll see some examples later on, but say for example we study aperture. Pupils create a help sheet for themselves saying what aperture priority is, and then they produce their responses in line with it. And then the coursework is across 2 different units based on a theme. So currently the theme in year 10 is natural forms or mental health or shadows and reflections. Pupils choose one of those and then create a portfolio based on that theme across the 2 units. And then the exam unit, which is the final 40% of the GCSE, which is essentially a coursework unit as well, responding to a theme, but then they have a 10-hour exam around Easter in which to finish off, create their final piece and submit their course. Now, here is a photo of our studio, a little bit messy in this shot, but you can see it in action. We have that live camera on in lessons, so we can send pupils off and we can put that up onto the board in lesson, and they have that independent space to be creative in. And here are some examples of pupils' work. So they start with looking at different themes, and then they find photographers. So this pupil has looked at David Lieb there and light painting around subjects. And the second photographer in the style of Ty Redding, and creating kind of geometric shapes and overlays in their photography. So we look at lots of different styles. We teach a lot of different styles through Photoshop, but also we can teach physical development as well, as you're going to see in the next page here. Pupils are then expected to take some of their ideas that they found through their photographer research and then develop them by making them better, by tweaking them, by improving the photography and improving the brightness or contrast through Photoshop, adding extra layers, making them more creative or surreal, whatever it may be. And all of this then leads into creating a final piece. And each final piece we print for the pupils on A3, so they get a nice piece of work that they can take home at the end of the course. The course is now fully digital, so pupils will be doing all of this into PowerPoints that they can then take home and work on through OneDrive. The only physical thing we print is these final pieces. In terms of where photography might take you, similar to with media studies, but the growth there of the creative industries can be seen through these infographics, and a few of the jobs down there on the left are where photography may take you. So I hope this presentation shows you what media and photography is all about and where it might take you in the future, and we hopefully will see you next year. All the best. Bye bye.